Hello, fellow robots out there in internet land. I am Sobertron, and welcome to the next episode of the TekTopia Survival Guide. So, guys, I need to talk about a thing or two before we start building some amazing things. So it's been a bit since my last video released, mostly because I have moved. I have pre-recorded a lot of things, so it's almost seamless for you guys. It's been a couple weeks since my last video, but I've actually moved. I used to live in the UK, despite my amazing American accent. I was living in the UK for the last few years, and I have moved back to the United States, and now I am finally in a position to record some more TekTopia. I have been doing some other things, though. I have been building a survival Minecraft series with a couple of my friends on a private server. So if you are interested in survival Minecraft, you should absolutely go check it out. I will have a link both at the end of the video and also in the description down below. But last time we were here, we built a little bulk storage system slash shop that I showed you guys. So the entrance should be right down here. Yep. Plop. There we go. So let's see if we have any profits. Do we have any diamonds sold? No. No diamonds. Okay. No diamonds sold. How about wood? Everybody needs wood, right? So, I think this is oak. Oak? No. Oh, wait. Wait, guys. We're on a single-player world. Nobody's gonna buy anything but me. So, let's get out of here. Let's do our thing. Let's use our little secret door. Hopefully we don't die. Yeah. No. No, that's too fast. Let's try it again. No. One more Whoa. I'm trapped. I'll be right back. So I've spent the last in-game night-ish looking over my village stats. It's been a little bit since I've been here, guys, so I had to reacquaint myself with how many villagers and how many types of villagers I had. And it looks like I've got currently 242 villagers in my nameless village because I still have yet to decide on a name for this place. I have an idea. It's more personal than what other people have recommended, and I think I'm going to go with it, but I'm not ready to reveal that yet. But in my delving into my stats, I have discovered I only have 29 guards and 1 captain, which meant that one of my barracks is not populated right now. And it is that barracks right there. There are currently no guards in that barracks. So that'll give us another 10 villagers, and we are going to populate that today. But we will also populate these 3 structures here, plus the villagers that will live on the second floor of our barracks. So that should be 8, 8, 8, and 8, plus 10, which should give us 42 additional villagers. Now, in my delving into the stats, because I forgot, because it's been about 5 weeks since I've recorded, that'll add an additional 42 villagers to our current population of 242, which should bring us up to 284 villagers here, which is pretty awesome. So I am going to build a little bit off camera, get some of these structures going so we can make some guards first and foremost, so we can move them over into the barracks down there. But I will be back shortly once I have some progress to show you. I am probably going to end up copying some of these buildings a little bit, slight variation, but we will see once I return. So I have finished my first new structure, and I just put down some heart tokens to get some little kitties going to school. So we only have 8 kids going to school right now, and we can fit 16, so I need to get building on another one. And I was just looking at this building, and it kind of looks like a face. You've got a big open mouth, a couple eyes, and some really big eyebrows. There might be some modifications to that, maybe a little bit of decorative things there, but I think it looks a little bit funny, and I might keep it. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But yeah, those 8 kids are going to go to school inside here right now, and they're all probably going to end up becoming guards and going into our last barracks that we will have in our village. So following that, we'll need 2 more, but then we still need to populate these houses here as well, so it's going to be a little while. So these dudes are going to take a little over an hour to grow up, and in that time I will be building a little bit more, and I will be back shortly once I have built some more stuff and things. So I just recorded a clip and I realized my mic was muted, and it's a little hard to re-record things, especially when you have to put down, hearts to make children, and it's a little difficult to redo that, to take that back. But let's try to cover what I tried to say. We finished building up the second home here. No, it's actually the fifth and sixth home, because the first building we actually had four homes in. Jeez, I can't think right now. It's hot in here. And then I needed to. I kept hearing twinkles. I kept hearing the little heart tokens everywhere, and I thought I would have a bunch more than I got, and I only got 3. We have 27 in total right now in my little heart shulker that I keep right over here. Full shulker of hearts. So hopefully we get a few more and we can finish up the village expansion for this episode. But right now I need to talk to you guys. I need to know something. I need your help, essentially, is what I'm saying. I am able to record and put up videos much quicker than when I lived in the UK. I had really, really slow internet, and it would take sometimes over a day to actually upload a video. So now I can have a little bit more candid conversations with you guys. I can ask you guys questions, you guys can leave comments and answer them. So I'm going to ask you guys a question right now. This village is getting close to the end. I think we can all feel it. I've done everything. I've got all of our structures, I've got everything you can possibly build, and at this point we're really just making it look a little bit better, and we're expanding. We're continuing the expansion. So I want to ask you guys, what type of biome should I build in for my next village? I am absolutely continuing this series, and I'm going to build another village. I just don't know where to go. So I'm leaving that up to you guys. Let me know down in the comments below, where do you want me to build my next village? Could be a desert, could be a mesa, could be a jungle. Don't pick a jungle. Jungles have lots of trees, and I don't want to deal with that. But it could be anywhere. Let me know. Leave it down below, and give me some ideas. Tell me what I can do there. Maybe it's a massive pyramid and everything's inside of it, inside a desert. Maybe you want to see a dark oak forest biome just to make my life very difficult, because lumberjacks can't cut that down. Be creative. Let me know. I'm going to keep on keeping on and build our next structure right there. Hopefully our 16 kids we got going right now in school grow up soon, and I can put them... Not playing, kids. Gosh. I can put some of them into the last guard shack we got going on, and then raise up a few more of the kiddos. But I will be back shortly once this guy's done. So before I started working on that third house, I decided I wanted to do some trading. I needed to clean up my storage room a little bit, and I had some pretty good trades today. It netted us all of these emeralds. Ignore those apples, I grabbed them by accident. Overall, 5 stacks plus 45, which is 365 emeralds today, which is a pretty good number. I don't know what my record is. I can't remember. It's been so long since I recorded. But if this isn't the record for me, this is pretty darn close. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. It is entirely possible to make large quantities of emeralds from one day of trading, as long as you follow my rule of 5. Always trade 5 items at a time. That way you get the maximum output. That's not it. There it is. You guys can see how, like, I buy everything in bulk, and I keep a nice stash of emeralds. So I'm going to convert these all up into blocks, just to save on some storage space. It's getting a little full in there. And now I'm going to go back and work on that last house. But remember, guys, trade in 5. Always trade 5 stacks. If you don't have 5 stacks, it is absolutely not worth it to trade. Save it for another day. Wait a little bit longer. It's tempting, I know. It's very tempting. But just don't do it. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to work on that house now. So I did a bit of AFKing, a bit of building on this last structure for this episode, and I noticed my nitwits had grown up. But I also noticed my game started to lag a bit, so I did a little restart. And then I came back, and I noticed that I had some villagers change beds. There should only be nitwits in here, and somehow there isn't. There are a couple around, so we're going to convert some of these dudes right now. I decided I'm going to go with the 10 guards to populate that ground floor, and then 4 more clerics to give us that 4 to 10 ratio that I talked about many episodes ago, and then I decided I'm going to go with another bard just because we're going to need him here in the future, and another blacksmith because for some reason we only had 9, and I don't know, 10 just makes more sense. So guard for you, guard for you. The other guys are probably wandering around everywhere, so let's look really quickly. Nope. I know I checked in here earlier, and we had, yep, there's a nitwit right there. You're gonna be another guard too. So let's do this. There you go. Del Grantham. Not a bad name. I like it. I like it. Nobody in here. I think there might have been some up here. Yes, 2. Nice. 2 more guards. So I'm going to keep doing this. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is I made sure that to force my blacksmiths to make enough gear for all of these guys when I converted them up. And I've shown it before, and I'll explain it again. The way you do that is by removing the items from the chest in your storage room. It'll force your blacksmiths to make a few more things, and then once you're ready, in this case 10, once you have 10 sets of everything for your guards, which is the chest piece, the pants, the helmet, the boots, you can then put them back in your chests. What I usually do is I remove them from here, put them down below, but then when I'm ready, I'll move some stuff over here for them to do their things with, and then all of our swords are in there. So I now have the fun task of finding all these other nitwits, because I have no idea where they're at. So I'll come back once that's all done, and once I have some more progress on the last building. It'll probably be done. But yeah, I'll be back in a few. So I finished up this 3rd building for the day, or for the episode. It's actually been a couple days. And I haven't activated it yet, though. I wanted to finish converting up all the nitwits into professions from the empty spaces in these 2 buildings, because we converted 10 of those guys into guards, and they moved in there, so it gave us some empty beds. And I just finished converting those guys into professions. Mostly farmers, lumberjacks, and miners, because I really don't need much of anything else right now. So I thought initially that these 2 halves would only hold 4 beds, but it's actually 81 floor spaces in here, so we were able to squeeze in 2 more, so we'll get 12 more total out of this. But I'm not going to activate this yet. While I was roaming around the village a little bit ago, I noticed in our boarding house that I had a couple of yellow beds, which only can be explained by me mathing wrong. I must have miscounted at some point, but seeing these 2 makes me wonder if I have any more empty beds in our village, because that means we can get more villagers. That's always a nice thing. So I'm going to walk around our village, go room by room, house by house, and look and see if there were any more yellow beds. Because right now we can do 12 more villagers with the last building I built, plus these 2 would be 14. So let's see if there are any more, and see if we can get actually a full schoolhouse of kids to raise up for the day. So I will be back shortly once I am ready to convert all those children, and I'll tell you if there's any more beds. So it turns out I had exactly 4 additional beds available, so I was able to turn 16 more hearts, and we are pretty much out. I think I got 1 or 2 more up top from working, just from working on things and collecting a few more. But yeah, 16 more kids are going to end up going to school, growing up to become nitwits, and I think our grand total for today's episode will bring us up to 288. Now, while those guys grow up, I have some things I want to work on out here. So I need to make this place look a little bit better. Right now, it's just a bunch of buildings on like a little hillside. So I'm going to continue the path that I developed many episodes ago, that I'm working our way through our village. So I'm going to work on this while these guys go to school and grow up. And I'll be back once all that's done, once these guys are ready to be converted into some professions. And yeah, I think we'll wrap up the episode after that. So it has been a couple in-game days later, and by a couple days, I mean several hours, because I've just been AFKing here and letting the village run for a little bit. So I have finished up these paths right here. They are looking good. We have just been continuing the same trend that we had in the rest of our village. One thing I want to probably figure out something to do with is these 2 torches here. I don't like those 2. Every other torch is fine. Those 2, they just look bad where they're at, so I need to figure out something there to get some light level up. Another thing I noticed, which I will take care of in between episodes, is I had this area here that I never finished the paths on, and I just noticed it a few minutes ago, so I'll just take care of that off camera in between this episode and the next. Let's talk about our villagers. So we had 16 villagers. Most of them were in this house. A couple were in the boarding house over there. These guys I converted mostly into miners, farmers, and lumberjacks, with the exception of one guy who I made a druid just to balance things out. It's because from this point forward, guys, looking at village expansion, we really don't need any other villager. We've got plenty of blacksmiths, plenty of chefs. We've got the one teacher in our school, and then we've got the two enchanters. You really don't need more than that for even our village this size. So it's going to be a big push for more farmers, lumberjacks, and miners, and then druids to balance everything out. But that's all I have for today, guys. I have really enjoyed being back on my TekTopia single-player world. I hope you guys enjoyed having me back as well. I know it's been a little bit of a break, but you know, life happens, moving and things. And check out my other series on my Let's Play with my friends. That's always fun. Next time, guys, I will be showing you something really cool, but I'm not going to go into details right now because I wanna do a little bit of planning before I do. But until next time, guys, have a good one.